Okay, so let's continue looking at the speech by Lysias. Let's say what else he's got. Um, you may think he's already said everything he has to say, but we're only like in here, and he's got a whole lot more to say about why it's better to marry someone you're friends with rather than somebody you really love. So let's see what else he's got here. He says your choice will be larger, and you'll be more likely to find someone among them a person who's worthy of your friendship. Okay, let's keep going. If public opinion be your dread, meaning if your dread is fear, hey, there's a word that has a kind of interesting meaning, dread. I'll do a quick thing about dread just to show you about dictionaries and vocabulary and how and sort of word history. Remember, I showed you etymology, etymology. You can find the etymologies of words, which is definitions will tell you what a word means. Etymology will tell you where it comes from. If you know where a word comes from, it can help make a lot more sense out of it. So dread means fear. You may not know that word. If you don't know that word, though, you may have heard of dreadlocks, which is a kind of hairstyle. Why are they called dreadlocks? Because in some religious circles, including Rastafarianism, it is considered you're not supposed to cut your hair. It's considered to be sort of against God. And so the men just let their hair grow and grow, or people let their hair grow and grow and grow and grow. Well, if you're never going to cut your hair, how are you going to kind of control it for styling purposes? Well, you do dreadlocks. Why are they called dreadlocks? Because they don't cut their hair out of fear of the Lord. It is supposed to be kind of, and this is a famous thing. A lot of religions have a kind of things to do with your head, right? So if you're Jewish, you wear a yarmulke. You cover your head with a yarmulke, but in Christian church, you're supposed to take off your hat before you go into church. But to go into temple, you're supposed to put something on your head. It's an idea about God seeing you from above and what does He want to see. So for this religion, in Rastafarianism and some other religions, it has you're not supposed to cut your hair out of respect for the Lord or whatever, a fear of the Lord, and that's why they're called dreadlocks. There's also an alternate explanation that Ethiopian warriors were very, very deadly and scary, and they wore their hair like that. So that may be that they're called dreadlocks because when you saw somebody with hair like this, you would have fear because they were very powerful warriors. But anyway, just the kind of thing. If you look up the definition of dread, you will get fear. But if you look up sort of etymology of dreadlocks, you may discover something more interesting. Um, this is going to make, my point is I just think teachers who have you listing, they give you a list. Here's 100 vocabulary words. Memorize them all. There's a test on Tuesday. That's a fucking stupid way to get somebody to get a bigger vocabulary. That's not going to work. But I think you learned about 24 words from me when I taught you that bene means good in Latin and mal means evil in Latin. And it's going to be easy to remember because mal is bad in French and Spanish. And so it's going to make much easier to understand a word like malediction or malnutrition or malevolence or malaria. All right, so dread. All right, let's keep going. This is what class looks like. It's going to look like this every day. I don't get tired. I just keep doing this over and over and over again because I'm a crazy person. If public opinion be your dread, meaning if you're worried about love making you look bad in front of other people, and you would rather avoid reproach, meaning you don't want to get in trouble, and you want to avoid reproach, in all probability the lover, who is always thinking that other men are as emulous of him as he is of them, will boast to someone of his successes and make a show of them openly in public in pride of his heart. He wants others to know that his labors have not been lost. But the non-lover is much more his own master and desirous of solid good and not the opinion of mankind. So he says, listen, if someone in love is going to want to talk about it, they're going to want to brag about it, they're going to want to talk about you. People in love are going to want to talk about the people they're in love with. And if you have dread of public opinion, if you have a fear about people hearing about your private business, you're better off marrying a friend than you are a lover, because lovers love to talk about love. They love to brag about love. If they have sex with you, they might want to tell people. And if you would like to keep that a secret, a friend is a more trustworthy person to be in a romantic relationship with because they will keep their shit wired tight. See what I did? I translated it into modern day English. They are in control of themselves. So someone in love will brag about their sort of sexual conquests because they want everybody to know. But a friend is more likely, again, more reasonable, says Lysias, more trustworthy, because they're more rational, right? Rational has to do with the brain. In our society, we say rational has to do with the brain, reason. The brain is reason and logic and rationality, and the heart is passion and irrationality and love and emotion. And that's just our culture's symbol. And different cultures have different symbols. Believe it or not, in Shakespeare's day, they thought the liver was where passion lived, which I don't even want to get into that. The stomach also, they had different symbols, and our symbols are: the head is for logic and rationality, for math, um, for reason, for figuring things out, for understanding, and the heart is sort of where we imagine the emotions live, and irrationality and this kind of stuff. So again, Lysias has another reason. Um, okay, let's see what else we got here. Again, the lover may be generally noted or seen following the beloved. This is his regular occupation. And whenever they are observed to exchange two words, they're supposed to meet about some affair of love, either in past or in contemplation, meaning they're thinking about having sex or they recently had sex. But when non lovers meet, meaning just regular friends, no one asks the reason why, because people know that talking to another is natural, whether friendship or mere pleasure be the motive. So he says, listen, if someone's in love with you, every time they see you with that person, they're gonna if someone's in love with you, they're gonna follow you everywhere, and people will be talking when they see you together. But if you get into a romantic relationship with a friend, it'll just be normal, just a completely normal everyday thing, and people won't be talking. So he's got multiple reasons, and he's not done yet. He's gonna need a lot of reasons. This is something worth discussing very briefly. If you have something to say, you're going to want to back it up with a reason. If it's something really obvious, you won't need a reason at all. So if you say, I want to know where the bathroom is, no one's going to be like, why? Right? People are going to assume, they're going to be like, you don't need a reason. Like, the guy wants to go to the bathroom. Let him go to the bathroom. That's it. You come over to my house. If you say, where's the bathroom? I'm not going to be like, why? What's your reason? What's your reason for needing to go to the bathroom? I don't understand that. Of course I understand that. You don't need a reason at all. Now, if you say something more complicated, I might want a reason. So if you say, can I borrow 20 bucks? I'm going to want a reason, right? I'm not just going to give 20 bucks to anybody asking for it. And I could give you 20 bucks, but I just want to hear what's going on. And then you have to give me a reason. And your reason could be, I need 20 bucks because I got to take a bus to go see, my mom is dying and this is my last chance to go see her. And I need 20 bucks to go see my mom. And then I would say, that's a very good reason. I'm going to give you 20 bucks. Or you might be like, I'm going to go get a very expensive sandwich, in which case I would say, no, you cannot have 20 bucks because that is not a good reason. It's not going to do it. So obvious things like where's the bathroom don't need a reason. Middle level things like I need to borrow 20 bucks need a reason. You're going to have to explain your reasoning. Very advanced stuff. If you're going to say crazy shit, I'm going to need a lot of reasons, right? So if you're going to say something nuts like cell phone towers cause COVID, that doesn't sound right at all. How would electricity cause a virus? Like, that doesn't sound right to me. So if you would like to convince me that that is true, you're going to need reasons. And oh boy, you're going to need a lot of reasons, like dozens and dozens of them. So this is an important thing. Depending on how you got to think about your audience. We'll talk about this later. But depending on how controversial or crazy your thing, the crazier the thing you want to say, the more reasons you're going to need to back it up. If your thing is very simple, you may need no reasons at all. Where's the bathroom? If your thing is in the middle, I may want some reasons. Can I borrow 20 bucks? Give me a reason. And if it's really very, very complicated, like, oh, by the way, aliens, are going to invade in 12 days, I'm going to need a lot of reasons to convince me that that's true, because I bet that's not right. I can guess the reason that you want to go to the bathroom, but I cannot guess why you would imagine that the sun wasn't going to come up tomorrow. So the crazier the thing you want to say, the more reasons you're going to need. Cool. I'll see you in the next video. I think this is going well.